Well, Christmas is going to take place on Sunday, but Horse Player Christmas is Monday, Boxing Day, the traditional opening day at Santa Anita Park. And the staple on that program each and every year is the Grade 1 Malibu, which goes as race number 9 on Monday afternoon. Nick Tammaro here to take a look at the Run Happy Malibu. Joining me is James Scully. James, Merry Christmas. Hopefully you got everything handled on the big day, and now we're ready for Horse Player Christmas.
That's right, Nick. Yes, Merry Christmas to you. And it's going to be a great Monday of racing. Always look forward to this day. Last year's Malibu featured a sensational performance from Flightline, who's going to be Horse of the Year. And I've seen a lot of other notable performers all the way back to Spectacular Bid star in the Malibu. So it's always exciting, the 7 furlong Grade 1 at the end of the year.
It really has, I was looking through some of the past results and was amazed at how unbelievably strong the cast of winners of the Malibu is. And there's a lot of good also rans as well. I mean, even in recent years, going back to Shared Belief, Run Happy, Omaha Beach, you mentioned Flightline, McKinsey, all horses that regularly won Grade 1, City of Light. It's really incredible. And I do think we have a horse that's going to go postward as a pretty heavy favorite that could have a big 2023 on his agenda, but also might be finishing up some business from 2022. And that, of course, is our Grade 1 winner, Taba.
Yeah, that's right. Taba is going to be heavily favored in the Malibu. And it is a little bit of an interesting dynamic where he has a pair of Grade 1 wins this year in the Santa Anita Derby and the Pennsylvania Derby, and this would give him 3 on the year. And I do believe that would sway some voters, Nick. It's a situation, where the Eclipse Award, it's not a clear cut. I mean, it's a subjective of vote. And for some people, they just base it on what they see. Like, for example, Epicenter's the favorite to win, would say, hey, he was the best 3-year-old to race in 2022. Other people use Grade 1 wins as a benchmark, see it as more of an accomplishment award. And Taba would have 3 Grade 1 wins. Epicenter would only have 1 with the victory on Monday.
It would also mark trainer Bob Baffert's 5th Malibu. Taba, again, it would also be Mike Smith's 5th Malibu in the last 9 runnings, which is pretty incredible. Taba going to be a pretty heavy favorite. He looks like a horse who is ideally suited to any type of race where he's going to get some pace to run at. And I think he's going to get that here. He looked awfully tough to beat to me.
Yeah, I agree. He's the fastest horse in the field. And I think in that Breeders' Cup Classic, drawing the rail, as it turned out, did him no favors whatsoever. He dropped way far back. I don't think he was going to be up anywhere close to the top 2. Life is Good and Flightline in the early stages, but he didn't necessarily need to be 15 lengths back. He nearly caught Olympiad for second. I thought that was a really big effort. And he, like I said, he can race a lot closer to the pace than he did last time. He can even be on the lead if Mike Smith in certain situations. In the Malibu, he's going to probably be tracking the speed in 3rd or 4th and look to make his move on the far turn.
Taba is my top pick. Are you joining me on the Chalk Express train that is Taba?
I am, Nick, and I will if playing the race, like looking at it from a straight race perspective. I would perhaps take a shot at a couple straight exactas. I don't mind playing these like heavy odds on favorites if I think like the next choices in line, second, third choices, etc., are vulnerable. And this is a race where we have 2 horses from the My Racehorse stable in Forbidden Entry and Straight Nose Chaser. I think they're both going to take some money. I think both horses are vulnerable in this spot. I don't think Forbidden Kingdom's good enough or fast enough, and Straight No Chaser, first time 7 furlongs. I got a distance concern with Nakatomi as well off of that win at Keeneland. I'm dubious him running back to that race. And Messier just isn't in good form. So I look at these 2 Peter Miller runners, Nick, Apprehend and Perfect Flight. I think they're going to be a little bit of a price, and I think both the horses have an opportunity perhaps to run second at a decent odds and maybe cap a decent exacta with Taba on top.
Interestingly, from a betting perspective, I viewed it the exact same way. And the horse that I want to try and squeeze into the number, either in the exacta or maybe in the trifecta, is the 5 Hoist the Gold, who comes out of the Steel Valley Sprint at Mahoning Valley, where he rallied well to be 4th. The winner of that race did come from behind him. They were the only 2 horses who made really big off-the-pace moves. But this horse just looks like an ideal fit to a 1-run closing setup under Joel Rosario. There's going to be plenty of pace in front of him. He's probably going to drop way out of it, which I think is no big deal. If this race unfolds as it should on paper, they're going to be going fast. And I think you're going to
For
see
sure.
Taba come from 5 or 6 lengths off of it. Hoist the Gold may even come from a few lengths behind that. But it just seems as if there's too many horses that are just so front end oriented, like Forbidden Kingdom, who would be bidding to give trainer Richard Mandela his 7th Malibu win. I just don't think he can get the lead and stave off all of that other speed, put them away, and then hold off the fresh challenges of the closer. So I think we see it similarly, that it's going to be a race run at a pretty demanding early clip, and that's going to set up for horses like Taba, in addition to maybe some other late runners.
Yeah, Forbidden Kingdom is a horse I thought was a much improved effort last time after going off form, but still, I just don't think he's fast enough right now. I need to see faster races from him. Hoist the Gold, I agree with some of what you were saying in terms of the value underneath. That Steel Valley Sprint was also 6 furlongs. You look at his last 2 efforts at 7 furlongs. He placed behind Gunite in both those races. Really nice horse.
Yeah, better efforts at 7/8 for sure. I do always love the cutbacks, so I am sympathetic to Perfect Flight and Apprehend as well. I'll have no issue with either of those. Well, James, anybody else we wanted to touch on from the Malibu?
No, I think we pretty much covered it. It's interesting to see a horse like Messier coming back in this spot. I think this might be his final career start, Nick, if he doesn't run well.
Yeah, it was not a strong effort in the allowance race on the Breeders' Cup Saturday. Undercard will hope that Messier, who of course we saw look very, very good early in 2022, can regain some of that form. Well, that is a look at the Malibu, which goes as race number 10 on Monday afternoon at Santa Anita Park. Post time is going to be around 6:30 Eastern. James, thanks so much again. Happy holidays to you and your family and everyone else out there.
Same to you, Nick. All the best.
Well, that's a look at the Run Happy Malibu. Be sure you're playing along at TwinSpires.com. For James Scully, I'm Nick Tammaro. Until next time, best of luck.